Today I'm going to be talking about the collaboration in between American Solera and Cabin Boys Brewery. The uniqueness of this area has really drawn people to the Kendall Whittier and Pearl District area. And when American Solera asked us to be neighbors with us, we were really ecstatic and really excited to be able to collaborate with them, not just with beer, but also parties or concerts or events of that nature. And we look forward to doing that kind of stuff after we can. We had a lot of plans this summer for a lot of different ideas, but sadly those aren't going to be able to come to fruition. One of the ideas that we were able to do, because we are so close and we get so many questions as like, is it tough being so close to another brewery, or do you feel too competitive, or how is it having a new neighbor so close? And our answer is we love it. It is extremely exciting, and we get to really pour into our neighborhood and create some very vibrant events, and we get to feed off of each other. So naturally, the idea, Chase and I sat down one day, and Chase actually came up with the idea, well, if we ever do a collaboration, which we should actually hook up our brew houses to our fermenters with hoses and directly knock out into each tank from the brew houses. And the idea came from just being silly, but also at the same time, we are so close that we're able to do that kind of a collaboration. And we're not necessarily sitting down and saying that we're the first breweries to ever do this kind of connection and this kind of collaboration, but we're certainly saying that we're one of the few. And it might actually be that we are one of the first breweries to actually collaborate in this way. And we were really excited to do it. It is extremely silly, but also at the same time a very fun way to show that we are good neighbors, and we love being neighbors, and we love being a part of this neighborhood. So the name of the beer is called About 100 Feet. And that's because our doors are about 100 feet apart. Now the brewery buildings are about 18 feet apart. We thought that it just sounded a little bit better if we said about 100 feet. But the brew house to fermenters is about 300 feet. So we had 300 feet of hose going from brew house to fermenter, which is an incredible feat, and shows how open both of us are to being this connected and this close to each other.
We're talking about our about 100 feet apart collaboration with Cabin Boys. It's a really interesting collaboration for me. You know, I've done collaborations all over the world, all over Europe, all over the country, and worked with some really neat brewers. And when we came to 6th and Utica, we knew we were going to be in a community of brewers, something we really hadn't had before being out in West Tulsa. So the idea to work with the guys around here was always something we kicked around, but had never really quite gotten to. And then just in the middle of how things are going, Austin reached out and said, let's make a beer happen. And the one we always thought would make the most sense is, what if we literally made the beer in each other's brew houses, and we're so close to each other that we can just send the liquid to each other's breweries. So I don't know anyone that's done it before. We're pretty lucky to be so close to one another, but it is a pretty fun process seeing the hoses spread across the breweries and linking us together. And I think that's a neat thing, because we're both kind of different in our own ways, the ways we approach beer, kind of the atmosphere, the vibe of our places, but we're still one beer community more or less. So this is the thing that really brought us together. And the beer didn't need to be anything extreme. Sometimes we make really extreme and out there beers for collaborations, but this one we went session IPA that highlights all the juicy and flavorful hops that we like to use, and creates a beer that's definitely fit for the patio, since that's kind of the best place to enjoy them right now. So just a lighter lighter beer with a nice mix of hops for people to enjoy. And we use different hops in one another's beers, and really wrote the recipes we gave them a recipe that is something close to what we would make, and they did the same. So really, in a perfect situation, you wouldn't know that it was brewed elsewhere, because we also like the idea if one of our brew houses were down, we could help one another out in a pinch this way, in a way to keep the beer going in our brotherhood of breweries, so to speak. So it's been a lot of fun being next door to them, and this takes the relationship to the next level.